I open this transitional meeting of the Historical Preservation Commission at 6:36 PM. I'll call the roll. Commissioner Alcorn? Here. Commissioner Bartlett? Commissioner Fisher? Commissioner Henderson? Here. Commissioner Honey? Here. Commissioner Mirab Steele? Here. Commissioner Ritter? Commissioner Smith? Here. Did I miss anyone? I have Honey twice, sorry. We have quorum. I am accepting nominations for chair, and you don't have to second a nomination, just nominate and then we'll go from there.
Paige. I nominate Paige.
Do you accept the nomination?
I do.
Are there any other nominations for chair? And you can nominate yourself. Okay, now I'll need a motion and a second.
I move that Paige Alcorn be elected chair.
I second.
And let's do thumbs up because nobody's name will be right up there. Thumbs up or thumbs down? 5 in favor, the motion carries. Congratulations, Chair Alcorn. Okay, now I'll accept nominations for vice chair. This Jason or that Jason? Smith. Oh. Do you accept the nomination? Are there any other nominations? Okay, I'll need a motion and a second.
I second.
Shush. Thumbs up, thumbs down. 5 in favor, the motion carries unanimously. Congratulations, Commissioner Smith, or Vice Chair Smith now. I adjourn this transitional meeting at 6:39.
6:42. Wendy, will you please call the roll?
Chair Alcorn,
Here.
Vice Chair Smith,
Here.
Commissioner Fisher, Commissioner Bartlett, Commissioner Honey,
Here.
Commissioner Mirab Steele, Commissioner Henderson,
Here.
Commissioner Ritter. We have quorum.
All right. If everyone will please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so we'll move on to approve the agenda. Does anybody have any objections to the agenda? All right, then I will approve it. Next, we need to approve the meeting minutes from the February meeting. Does anybody want to make a motion?
I move that we approve the minutes of the last meeting.
Second.
Thumbs, oh, well, you can try the voting machine, sure.
Get that. Oh.
Okay, let's just do thumbs up, thumbs down. To approve the minutes, thumbs up or down. 5 in favor, the motion carries unanimously.
Okay, and then we'll move on to public comment. So I've got a nice blurb to read. If you wish to address the board under public comment, please sign in on the public speaker form before the call to order for this meeting. Public comment is an opportunity to express opinions regarding issues that are not part of public hearings on tonight's agenda. A separate opportunity will be provided for comment for any public hearing. Each speaker is limited to 3 minutes. We expect comments to be civil. Disrespectful or disruptive behavior will not be tolerated. The board is not authorized under the Colorado Open Meetings Law to discuss, comment, or take action at this meeting on any issue raised by public comment that is not part of tonight's agenda. And Pam, would you like to come forward?
Hello, Historic Preservation Board, and welcome to the new board. So, same as the old board. Almost, not quite. So, my name is Pam Chadbourne. I have a block and a half from here, and I have an urgent request tonight, and that is that we need design standards for Littleton Boulevard now. Now. We need a historic preservation plan in the land use code within a year, if not earlier. And this is urgent. There can be no compromise, no postponement of these anymore. Remember that the ULUC was passed in 2020 and 2021, and unified meant all of our separate design standards were now combined in the same unified code. It made it massive, but of course it's online, so it's easier to use, so that's okay. Except for the historic preservation plan, isn't that odd? But we'll have it within a year. And I remember somebody stood here in the previous chamber and said, we'll have it within a year. That didn't happen. We lost our planner, and then the person who's now the community development director, it's my understanding, he asked for the historic preservation plan work to be postponed. And that was done through the city manager at the city council retreat, which is not a public meeting, which has not a published agenda, which is off-site, so people can't, the regular public can't speak at it. And it was a miserable discussion. So Littleton Boulevard is under immediate threat. I was at Planning Commission last Monday, a week ago in this room, and it was announced that there are 7 quasi-judicial decisions coming before them soon. The first one, there was a neighborhood meeting last Wednesday, and that's the little farm, the one agricultural property left on Littleton Boulevard. It's a 1-story house with a bunch of outbuildings, well set back between, I'm going to use Pyramid Liquors and Wild Ginger. And the replacement, well, it's affordable housing, it's a 4-story massive thing right on the corner. So we go from a 1-story setback, agricultural history, to a 4-story rectangle at the corner. This is not in character with the mid-century modern idea that I have, or vision that I have for that area. And I don't think we can keep building Littleton Brewing Companies and 4-story massive things there. So the vision that I have is middle-class assets. How often do you see middle-class assets? I'm going to mention that I heard Rick Cronenberger say at a meeting, a presentation, gee, it's a pity we don't have grander things. I don't think so. Our asset is that these are middle-class assets. How often aren't those preserved? It's rare. And I'm going to tell you, if the last 40 years and now doesn't show us that the middle class is an endangered species and doesn't always happen, so we need to preserve these. And I'm looking at you. Advocate, please. There's got to be a legal way. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Pam. All right, we have no general business and no public hearings, so we will move on to the comment and reports section. Sarah, do you have any comments or reports?
Nothing super specific. We're moving through with the survey plan. Got some comment back and just going to review that this week. And we'll keep moving forward and keep you guys updated on where that is at in the process. And then likely, I think I might be jumping to Wendy's thing, but probably won't have a meeting in May. We have no COAs that have been brought forward as of yet. But may look at doing a study session for June just to make sure we're going forward with the work program and everything. So just as a heads up.
Sarah, can you talk about the ULI process, especially since we won't have a meeting in May?
Yeah, so it's still planning stages, but it'll likely be May 21st and 22nd. And it'll work with stakeholders within the community to just kind of get thoughts and opinions on the Northern Gateway kind of site, as was discussed at the last study session. But yeah, so we did receive it. It is kind of moving forward. We're working right now to kind of get everyone who's going to be in those kind of discussion groups to provide comment. It'll be a very quick process. Each group is about a 30 to 45-minute kind of discussion, and it's kind of purposely that way to get a lot of information really quickly. So we're excited to kind of see what comes out of that. And as we get closer, I'll probably email those folks that need to be aware. I do believe as part of it, there is going to be a kind of public component. So for those that are interested to kind of see some of those results, it'll probably be, I think, the second evening, but more information and details to come on the kind of final timing on all that.
But just for the record, the commission will be represented in the
Correct.
process.
Yes, absolutely. And a wide variety of stakeholders from historic preservation to kind of just various advocacy groups and pertinent groups in the city.
All right, thank you. Wendy and Natasi, do you have any updates?
No report.
Okay, board members, any updates or comments?
Is your microphone on?
Yeah, I just turned it on. I'm gonna screw this up. So I think we need to bring up when we were having the meeting about the old Penny Robbins building, and there was an idea of this code that was put into effect in 2001 that brought about how much blank space could exist. I think there was some discussion about how we can fix that rule or code, and to go over what those options are and how we can correct them.
Great. Wanting to look kind of just broadly at downtown standards and preservation stuff, great. That will likely be a great subject for a June study session. We'll keep you guys updated on that. But yeah, we'll look at kind of everything. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and that goes along again with the work program, as that's a great item on it. So absolutely. We'll bring downtown. Would you like to look just broadly in general at our kind of preservation? Okay.
Well, I would say, in your capacity and in the other planning staff's capacity, reviewing applications for HPC, are there other pain points where you're hindered by the current code? And you and the applicant, those would be the ones that I'd be interested in hearing about during the study session, like the 15-foot. That's the perfect example. But if there are others like that, please raise them with us.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, we can look at, downtown would likely be the primary one, and then some of the administration side of stuff. We can also kind of look at that. We can, and this will be a start of a discussion, absolutely, so it can be an ongoing thing. So if we have a lot of information and want to kind of push to another meeting too, like, we can keep this as an ongoing process. That's kind of a great role for you all to take.
Okay, great. Any other updates? I just have one. Okay. Historic Littleton Inc. is going to put on an event in mid-June to celebrate the Romanos building. So more information to come on that, but that should be a fun historical event for Littleton. So just wanted to start to get the word out there. All right, with,
That's one more question. I'm sorry.
yes.
I'm sorry. Has city staff selected a contractor for the Littleton Boulevard work?
We have not awarded a contract yet. We're working through kind of final scope with a chosen consultant, but we don't have one. It's okay.
No one's been hired.
No one has been, anything taken to council or contract done, so we're just still working through that process to make sure that we have everything correct, working with them.
What's the current timeline for actually starting the work?
We are hoping to bring, probably in early June, the contract award, and then we'll kind of start that process of kickoff and kind of figuring out what that, all of that looks like, kind of the long-term timeline. But June is the goal for the contract approval.
All right, great. Well, this was a very short meeting, so I will adjourn at 6:54 PM.